When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tips to 5757. Services provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Polls begin to close across the bluegrass. A look at the impact fewer precincts had on this election. Meanwhile, state officials boast about the process, predicting a higher than usual turnout.
We'll see a few scattered rain chances Wednesday, but we'll end out the work week on a high note with plenty of sunshine. I'll have a look at that full 7-day forecast right now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
An election like no other. Candidates anxiously await tonight for some, but not all, of the results of this June primary. We will likely not learn most of the winners for another week. At the top of the ticket, all eyes are on the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate. While it is a crowded field, it is believed the two frontrunners are Amy McGrath and Charles Booker. We will dive much more into that race shortly. But all the talk since May, how to vote. More than 889,000 Kentuckians requested an absentee ballot. Meanwhile, thousands more showed up to a heavily reduced number of precincts across the bluegrass this morning. WYMT's Will Puckett is at Perry County's lone polling location, Perry Central High School, and he's live with more. Will.
Steve, good evening. Those polls are now closed except for anyone still in line waiting to vote. Today, as we have been here since about 10 o'clock this morning, we have seen a steady stream of people walking into John C. Combs Arena here in Perry County to have their voice heard. On a rainy Tuesday, voters in Perry County made their way out to cast their ballots.
It's a little bit different. We got one polling place. Kind of makes it a little bit difficult for some people maybe, but I still would vote. I voted every time since I turned 18.
Douglas Bryant's usual polling location is in Avalon, but today, like many Kentuckians, he drove to the largest gym in the county to vote.
Pretty good turnout so far. I didn't really get to talk to anybody because you can't do that like you do at your local precinct, not this time of year. So pretty much voted and exit. But it was a good experience overall.
While turnout numbers in Perry County are yet to be released, voters like Brian and Leonard Toller see little problem with having to drive to a central location.
It's in the neighborhood.
For Toller, he gave some thought to picking up an absentee ballot, but at the end of the day, he decided the best way was to vote at Perry Central in person.
The absentee, I don't know. I hadn't thought about mailing one in. I'd just rather vote in person.
In person, absentee, or early. Just getting out and voting in a year that ends with the presidential election. Steve, we've seen a brief downpour around noon here and then a little bit of rain, as you can see with my hood up before, and we started our 6 o'clock live shot. But for the most part of the day, the rain stayed away and people came to vote. We did reach out to Perry County Clerk Wayne Napier to get an idea of how the day has went. He was too busy counting those absentee ballots to interview with us. Steve.
Yeah, the clerk's been very busy the last few days, I can only imagine. Thank you very much, Will. Knox County opened 2 polling locations, one at Knox Central High School, the other at Ling Camp High School. To make sure everyone was safe, the tables were placed about 6 feet apart. Each table was cleaned once someone finished voting. County Clerk Mike Corey believes turnout there will be around 25%. While many took advantage of absentee or early voting, others wanted to be more traditional this primary, and people lined up early this morning at Kroger Field in Lexington to cast their ballot, the only place in Fayette County you could vote. Some waited an hour or longer to vote throughout the day. Well, this election will go down in the history books as one of the most different ones in the state's history. The COVID-19 pandemic caused state leaders to scramble to find a safer way for people to cast ballots. Kentucky's Secretary of State says the plan did have some glitches, but overall it worked out very well. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to Michael Adams about the combination of mail-in and in-person voting.
All eyes were on Kentucky to see how they handled the primary amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, so far Kentucky's a national success story. We've not had any systemic problems. We've got good turnout. People are coming out to vote.
We'll be in session all day long on Election Day until the polls close.
The State Board of Elections in Adams spent most of Tuesday monitoring the system and said few issues were found, but Adams did call out Fayette County for long lines at Kroger Field.
That issue's been addressed. We help provide more e-poll books to the county clerk there to get people checked in faster. And so the lines there are still about a third of what they've been in other states. But that's still too long. I want the lines even shorter.
This was Kentucky's first test in social distancing and voting in person.
They had arrows letting you know where to go. Please keep safe distancing. Everyone adheres to it. Everyone just kind of wants to get their vote in and get out and go home, get out of this rain.
More than 29% of registered voters were expected to take part in the primary. Although polling places had lines today, thousands of others mailed theirs in.
But it's not straining our election officials. It's been very manageable getting people in and out relatively quickly.
Now the question is, did this work so well? Let's do it again in November.
But we're going to monitor today and see how well it goes, see what works, what doesn't work.
While Kentucky was able to move the May primary, that will not be possible for the general election. In Franklin County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Adams says there was a tremendous cost for voting by mail. However, some of that was paid by the federal government. With such an unprecedented primary, we wanted to talk to experts about the issue. Josh Douglas is a University of Kentucky professor. He's written a book about election laws. While he would have liked to have seen more in-person polling available, he does think this primary process is better than anything we've done before.
It's not, the 600,000 voters for one polling place in Louisville or 250,000 voters for one polling place in Lexington. That was never going to be the case, given the amount of mail-in balloting that we had.
This is the first time state leaders have given every Kentuckian a chance to vote absentee. If you have a ballot not filled out yet, it has to be postmarked by today to be counted. Longtime Kentucky lawmaker Albert Robinson faces some stiff competition in his Senate race. The Republican state senator has been in and out of state politics since 1972. He's served the 21st district since 2013. Two Republicans, Kay Hensley and Brandon Storm, are challenging him in the primary.
I took a hard look at my life. I am 57 years old, and I thought, what can I do with the rest of my life that would make a positive difference?
Just trying to make sure that people know that we're going to be present, and that's the other thing. I want people to know that I'm going to be present in the counties. I shop there, I eat there, I visit there, and I want to be there.
We did reach out to Robinson today, but he did not respond to our request for an interview. As voting wraps up across the region, voters who live in Middlesboro had something extra on their ballots: the vote for Middlesboro to go wet. It's been moist since 2015, meaning restaurants could serve alcohol. WYMT's Emily Bennett is live now in Middlesboro. She talked to voters today who gave their opinion on that issue. Emily?
Steve, it was a simple check yes or no, whether you were in favor of the sale of alcoholic beverages in Middlesboro or not. Now, for nearly 5 years, restaurants in Middlesboro have been able to sell alcohol. Now, those who live in the city are deciding if alcohol can be sold in stores. The tax revenue from alcohol sales helps fund the police department. All the surrounding towns, such as Pineville, are already wet. Now, today at the polls, voters had many differing opinions. Some believing the city should go wet, as many travel to other towns to buy alcohol, and the money is leaving Middlesboro. Others think it would only bring more corruption to the city.
Alcohol is a root of all evil. It just tears families apart, in my opinion.
Yeah, keep the money in Middlesboro. Let's not, I like Pineville, I like Harrogate, all that, but Middlesboro's just giving their money away. Keep it in Middlesboro.
Now, more than 1,000 people came here to the Middlesboro Community Center to vote today. Now, this was the only voting place in Bell County. Now, it'll take several days for the final results of the wet-dry vote, but tonight at 11, I will have the results from today's in-person voting. In Middlesboro, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Emily, thank you. The U.S. Senate race in Kentucky is getting national attention. Six-term Senator Mitch McConnell is up for re-election, and the campaign for the Democratic nominee has been fierce. Garrett Weimer shows us how the candidates are spending Election Day.
As voters across Kentucky cast their ballots, the primary season has come to a close. Now we wait for the nominee to challenge Senator Mitch McConnell.
Whether you like him or not, whether you agree with him or disagree with him, this is a smart candidate who knows how to win.
It's been a busy week for the Democratic candidates, and they capped it off with a busy election day. Charles Booker greeted voters at the fairgrounds, Louisville's only polling location today.
It should not be hard to vote. One location is not enough.
McGrath met with supporters trying to get out the vote in northern Kentucky. Yesterday, she, like Booker, spent the day in eastern Kentucky.
We need a senator that's finally going to be a voice for eastern Kentucky, for the needs.
Looking ahead to the fall, thanks in part to McGrath's fundraising totals, Cook Political Report rates the race as likely Republican, not solid Republican.
Also, when you sort of dig deeper, McConnell has pretty high negatives, and that's something that could make him vulnerable.
But experts say the math could change depending on his challenger. So first, we need to know the primary winner.
As Garrett Weimer reporting again, we will probably have some results tonight, but winner is most certainly not going to be called, I wouldn't expect, in that Democratic race for U.S. Senate. Now, Booker has a thank you rally in Louisville tonight already underway. McGrath will not hold any public events, but we do expect to hear from her tonight. As for Mike Breuer, another candidate campaigning a lot across the region, his get-together outside Kroger Field in Lexington is just starting. 5th District Congressman Hal Rogers wants to hold on to his seat for a 21st term. He is Kentucky's longest-serving Republican in Congress, besting U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell by 4 years. His challenger in the Republican primary is Gerardo Serrano, who bills himself as a pro-life, pro-gun conservative. The winner takes on Democrat Matthew Ryan Best in November. One of the hottest races in eastern Kentucky is for 7th District State Supreme Court Justice. Former Letcher County Circuit Judge and incumbent Sam Wright is fighting to hold on to the seat. His challengers are 93rd District House Representative Chris Harris of Pike County and longtime Greenup and Lewis County Judge Robert Bob Conley. The top two will move on to November. With Representative Harris running for the Supreme Court, that leaves his 93rd District seat open. Looking ahead to November, Democrat Rod Varney and Republican Norma Kirk McCormick will square off. Neither have challengers in the primary.
We've seen that rain throughout the day today, but we've also seen that sunshine return pretty quickly. It got soggy throughout the mountains, and that's because we've seen a cold front that is still currently pushing through the mountains. As we look at that UVA-wise camera, you could see that mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. Started out with some sunshine, then some rain, and then a little bit more sunshine. As we look outside the front porch at WYMT, looks like y'all about to get hit with another little shower, maybe a pop-up storm over there. Starting to look a little bit more on that gloomy side. So as we scan the skies now, it actually looks a little bit more north of you, but maybe just a stray shower right outside of Hazard. You're seeing a stray shower really up towards Jackson as well. A few showers moving out of Floyd County and into parts of Pike County, but most of us remaining on that dry side. Temperatures look to drop into the mid to upper 60s tonight with a few showers here and there. Then we're going to continue to see those rain chances as we head into tomorrow. We'll cool down a little bit, but more sunshine's in store heading into the rest of that work week. I'll have a look at that forecast coming up in a little bit.
And I can confirm it did rain here just a few seconds ago. Heard it on the roof. Thank you, Paige. While the governor announced no new deaths from COVID-19 yesterday, unfortunately, he announced 11 more Kentuckians have died from the virus today. He did not hold a news conference, but did release the new information. The governor also announced 315 new cases today. That brings Kentucky's total to more than 14,000. The number of Kentuckians lost to the virus has now reached 537. Nearly 3,600 Kentuckians, at least, have recovered from the virus. The Army Corps of Engineers is opening up new recreation areas in southern Kentucky. This includes new swimming areas and group picnic shelters. They'll be opening at Lake Cumberland and Laurel River Lake next week on June 29th. The Corps of Engineers wants to remind everyone that social distancing guidelines do apply at the new recreation areas. We expect to hear from Governor Beshear tomorrow about what Kentucky classrooms might look like this fall. the Lexington Herald-Leader has already talked with several superintendents about plans to begin the year online. They also talked about both teachers and students wearing masks during the school day. Meals will not look the same. School leaders are thinking about expanding the cafeteria to gyms and hallways, making sure all students face the same direction, and giving students more time during lunch to wash their hands. Again, we expect to learn much more about this tomorrow. One East Kentucky partnered with several other groups to introduce their East Kentucky Workforce Study 2.0. The first study, conducted back in 2016, was trying to understand the skill sets of coal miners coming out of the mines and entering new fields. The new study introduces employer and resident surveys and student interviews to help collect information and input. The president of One East Kentucky says the process might take a little longer due to COVID-19.
Originally, it was supposed to take 4 months, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer now because of the nature of our current world. Like the student survey, probably won't be able to do those until fall, and we're not sure what classes resuming are going to look like yet.
The employer and resident survey will be live through the first week of July. The link to fill that out can be found on our website.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue tomorrow, but we'll also see plenty of sunshine heading into the end of the week. I'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
And also up next, find out how the city of Beattyville is celebrating those who served in the military.
When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tips to 5757. Services provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
If you are having any symptoms of chest pain or any symptoms that can correlate to a stroke, please come to the emergency department and let us take care of you.
There is no safer place for your emergency than our emergency department.
We will protect you like we protect ourselves.
The quicker you get to the ER, the better your outcome is going to be.
We've never been more ready to take care of you and your family for an emergency.
Hello, this is Bruce Walters with Bruce Walters Kia. With a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, you know Kia's quality, and that's why more people are driving a Kia. Well, let me make the choice real clear. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on most Kia models and get up to $1,500 in trade assistance. Isn't it time for you to drive a new Kia? Come shop us in Pikeville or check it out online at brucewalterskia.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This summer, we'll be traveling in a cabin where every seat is premium and all baggage flies free. So fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the panoramic views. Nissan is offering non-stop routes to summer.
And now is the best time to get into a new Nissan. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models. Or get a low $199 per month lease on Nissan Rogue.
The city of Prestonsburg, deserving of world-class health care. So when it comes to meeting the healthcare needs of this community, Pikeville Medical Center now has locations that provide both primary care and urgent care with accessibility to a wide variety of specialists. Pikeville Medical Center Prestonsburg Specialty Care, and introducing the new Pikeville Medical Center Prestonsburg Primary and Urgent Care Clinic, now accepting patients and walk-ins with extended hours. Together, we rise.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
The city of Beattyville is honoring their military history by hanging banners of service members on Main Street. WYMT's Dakota Makers has more from city leaders and a former service member.
Driving down Main Street, you will find banners of active and former service members
With the rich history of military service that we have in our community, we really need to do this.
With 94 banners and hung on 40 light posts, Donnie Merrill Benton Sr. served as an aviation ordnanceman.
Made you feel good.
His banner was one of the first ones hung.
I wasn't expecting anything like that, but, I was glad to do it and proud of it.
His dad served in World War I, and if he could see his son on the banner,
I'm sure he'd be proud. Yeah, he would.
City of Beattyville's Mayor Scott Jackson has family ties to a banner.
My dad was a World War II veteran. When you see that flag, that's freedom. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people come back hurt. But he should always respect the flag.
These banners wave in the wind, stirring up emotions.
A real sense of pride that we have all these people within our community that was willing to step up and serve when they were asked to.
That pride displayed for all to see. In Beattyville, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
All 94 banners are rotated every 30 days. If you would like to purchase a banner, we will have the contact information on our website at WYMT.com.
Well, we've been tracking that cold front throughout the day. Brought some heavy downpours. Still bringing a few scattered rain chances across the area, but starting to clear out. And we've seen even some sunshine for today, even though it was a little bit on that soggy side. Looking over to Interstate 75 into London. That mixture of sun and clouds, it was soggy a little bit earlier. Dried out, though, very quickly this afternoon. Looking over into Whitesburg, looking a little bit ominous over there. Looking a little bit on the gloomy side. You're seeing that sunshine picking through, but possibly another pop-up shower in the area. Satellite and radar shows where we saw those rain chances earlier today. Like I said, they were heavy at times. A few scattered rain chances linger as that cold front is really right above us now. So it's starting to push through eastern Kentucky. Going to push those showers out of here, except a little bit more are on the way heading into tomorrow. So that running forecast for tomorrow, if you're going to get out, go on a run, or really get out to do anything outside, the morning hours looking a little bit better. We'll see a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon hours. Could see a little bit of some patchy dense fog early in those morning hours, but not looking too bad. It's still going to be kind of a nice morning to get out and enjoy it, especially with those temperatures a little bit on the cooler side. So you see temperatures starting to drop. Some of us could maybe even drop into the 50s if we clear out enough. Heading throughout the day, though, temperatures only getting into about the upper 70s to lower 80s. See a few scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up kind of in the heat of the day. Then we'll start to clear out as we head into your Thursday. We'll see plenty of sunshine, temperatures starting out into the lower 60s, so some comfortable temperatures over the next few days. We will see those temperatures rise, though, heading into the weekend. Lower 80s right there near average for Thursday and Friday. A little bit on that warm side Saturday, and we'll cool off a little bit Sunday. But we'll add in a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms by the time we get into the weekend. So looking at the rest of that extended forecast by Saturday and Sunday, we do only have about that 20%. We're going to have to keep an on it. We may have to bump those percentages up over the next week or so, but of course we'll keep an eye on it. Not looking too bad, though. I do think the best chance for rain, though, will be about Monday and Tuesday of next week after we get through today and after we get through tomorrow.
All right, Paige, thank you. Still ahead at 6 as many counties cancel festival and 4th of July plans. Perry County is in full planning mode.
Sky Alert Weather, sponsored by Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
The Pike County Health Department is offering a Freedom from Smoking program. Those that smoke tobacco products may be at greater risk for respiratory illnesses, such as COVID-19. Break free from nicotine's addiction. Sign up for our free smoking cessation classes today.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthTalks.com to view a video of registered nurse Carol Jordan on special care for moms and newborns. Baptist Health Corbin, be a healthier you.
When you go to some lawyers' websites, they're flooded with fake awards and recognition. Best lawyer in the universe, top lawyer on planet Earth. All BS. Thousands of lawyers are the top 100 because they wrote a check and got a plaque. I'm embarrassed for them because it's fraud. Don't be fooled. Hire a lawyer with a reputation for results. Go to forthepeople.com to see our real verdicts and what our clients were first offered. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
A message from Mr. Monopoly.
Hello!
Hello! I'm so excited that the Kentucky Lottery wants me to give away part of my vast fortune for their new Monopoly Scratch game.
Play the new Monopoly Scratch-Off and win $250,000 instantly.
How many people live in Kentucky?
The Pike County Health Department is offering a Freedom from Smoking program. Those that smoke tobacco products may be at greater risk for respiratory illnesses, such as COVID-19. Break free from nicotine's addiction. Sign up for our free smoking cessation classes today.
Many festivals and 4th of July events have been canceled, but the city of Hazard announced a few events will go on this year. WYMT's Tommy Poole has more on what those could look like.
Downtown Hazard has looked different during the quarantine, but in a few weeks, that will all change.
And it will be the first thing we've had in Perry County that is sort of normal since this pandemic.
Tuesday morning, the Hazard Chamber of Commerce agreed that the city's 4th of July festival and others like it will go on.
We met with Scott Lockard, the health department, and we told him what our plan was.
I'm hoping that isn't going to feel so drastically different.
Events like the Freedom Float, Veterans Parade, fireworks display, and fish fry will all happen.
The fish fry is going to be a little different. I mean, you can't sit down and eat. We're going to have a drive-through where you can drive through and pick up the fish, or you can walk through.
The Chamber also talked about the North Fork Music Festival, scheduled for July 24th and 25th.
We're going to turn the stage around and use the Triangle Park and the bridge and the parking lot by the foundation and the farmers market.
Downtown kind of became a place that after 5 o'clock, most people don't really know what it looks like or what's happening. And it's a safe, beautiful place. And we just wanted people to be able to experience that.
During events, the city encourages everyone to social distance with their family, wear masks, and to stay home if you're feeling sick.
That doesn't mean that we don't want you there. We want you there. We would love to see you. We miss everybody. But we also want to keep people as safe as possible.
In Hazard, Tommy Poole, WYMT, Mountain News.
And right now, plans are also still in the works to have the Black Gold Festival in September. We'll be right back.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Here in the Heartland, Toyota is making it easier to get back on the road by offering 0% financing on 10 different models. Customer cash like $1,750 on the rugged 4Runner. Low leases on the versatile RAV4 for $199 a month. And the family-size Highlander for $299 a month.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota. Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Here in the Heartland, Toyota is making it easier to get back on the road by offering 0% financing on 10 different models. Customer cash like $1,750 on the rugged 4Runner. Low leases on the versatile RAV4 for $199 a month. And the family-size Highlander for $299 a month.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
A message from Mr. Monopoly.
Hello! I'm so excited that the Kentucky Lottery wants me to give away part of my vast fortune for their new Monopoly Scratch game. In fact, I've installed this bell behind me to alert me when there's a winner. Oh, there's a winner right now. And another one. Charlie, can you make sure the winner bell is working properly?
Play the new Monopoly Scratch-Off and win $250,000 instantly.
How many people live in Kentucky?
What makes our mountain community so amazing is when times are the worst, we are at our best. The coronavirus has impacted us all, but some need our support now more than ever. Our friends at God's Pantry Food Bank are making sure no one struggles with hunger during this pandemic. For as little as $10, you can provide 80 meals for hungry kids and teens. It's not just a meal, it's a message of hope to a hungry child. Go to WYMT.com to find out more.
A hero is known for courageous acts, and today we can see our heroes now more than ever. They are all around us in places we never thought to look, sacrificing their safety for ours. If you know a helper or hero in our community making a difference, let us know. Go to WYMT.com or the WYMT News app to submit photos and videos. We'll share those inspirational stories every morning on Mountain News This Morning.
Closed captioning presented by Wolf, Williams & Reynolds, serving Eastern Kentucky for Social Security and Federal Black Lung.
Well, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, some very early election results are coming in, but just keep in mind, we are not going to know final results until a week from today. Very few races, if any, will probably be called tonight. We will have the latest coming up throughout the night and at 11. Have a good night.
Surge in coronavirus.